Yeah, brother.
Okay. Okay, నేను మనం క్లాసెస్ యాడ్ చేసాం. క్లాసెస్ అండ్ స్టూడెంట్స్. సో ఈరోజు మనం క్లాసెస్కి స్టూడెంట్స్ని యాడ్ చేయాలి. యాడ్ స్టూడెంట్ క్లాస్. So we need to select first class and then student. So here we are displaying student name and age. So before that, here I can add ID, so we can easily find out which we are adding. So this is the form add student class. So here displaying student name and as well as age. So I am removing this age, adding ID. So I'm going to join these two. This space. Okay. So we need to display like ID wise here. So to get that, here we are displaying the classes order by ID. Here also you can take order by ID. So it is descending order, you can take it is ascending order. Okay, so now we need to select this ID and class student name. So we need to store the value of this ID and value of this class ID and this student ID. So save here. Class student save.php. So right now I'm creating all the files in one folder, because if you use in another folder it is making links problem. So let me complete this tables join and all these things, then we go to that links about. So here I am creating the file name, add student class student save. class save. So you can take this one. So when the post is saved, we need to save the class ID and student ID. So we need to create another table to save this class ID and student ID in one table. So class ID and student ID. So we are saving class ID as well as student ID. The same we are giving here. Okay. So after inserting, we need to redirect to class student. So view class students. So this table we need to create. So first we need to create the database table. Meanwhile, we can create another file. That is view class students. .php. So we can see our database scope. We have two tables, we need to create another table. So here I am creating as class students, okay, with the 4 columns. So first is unique ID. Okay, and next student ID, class ID. Okay, and again I am creating one more, created user ID. So we are all our IDs. So what is this created user ID means? The logged in user who is created suppose I am going to add this class and this student. So we need to know that who is added this, that means the user. So I am taking this user ID in the session, I am saving into this database, that is created user ID. So I am going to say this is our table ID, student ID, class ID and created user ID. So we are giving from the form student ID, class ID and student ID. So one more ID, created user ID, we need to get. So So in this class student save, we have class ID and student ID. So we need to get user ID. So after logged in, that means in the authenticate.php, we are giving sessions user and image. So I want to give user ID. So from this, so when the user is logged in, so we are getting the username, one single row. So in that we have user ID, that is ID. Okay, so that I am taking this ID, I am saying into that this variable, and I am taking this user ID as a session. Okay, so in the class student save, I will create another variable, that is created. You can give any variable name, created user ID. Here we need to get session. Created user ID. So we need to save this. This is the database field name, and
the user ID dollar.
Yeah, this is user ID. And one more thing, we need to start session. Class student save. So we need to start the session, because we are using value by using session. Okay, and the table name is class students. Okay, so we are redirecting to this page, that is, so I am closing this authenticate. We class student PHP, we class students.php. Okay, so let's try. So I am selecting 9th B and I am taking student ID as 1. So when I submit, so we class students. So in this we are not added any data. So I think it is added successfully. So we have added, but here the student ID, class ID created as 0. So we are taking class ID and student ID. So in the form add student class, we taken value selection here. Here we need to give the name. Now in the input box we will give name like the same. In the select option we need to give name here in the select. So this is class name. So we need to give class name, and here this is student ID. So this student ID we are taking the ID of student table, and here the ID of classes table. So this I am taking as class name, so not the class name, class ID, and here student ID. So in the save we are taking class ID and student ID and user ID. So we given user ID correct only, but we got the value as 0. So this is why, because we already logged in, so the session is not started. So I am going to log out. So now I am going to add this class student1 and submit. So here we can see, so class ID added and created user ID as 21 and student ID not added. Let's see. And created user ID as 21, so we can see here we logged in as Mahesh123, his ID is 21. Is saying correct only user ID, but selected student ID is not saved. So I will try again. This is ID 8. The class student save. So first I am going to echo this student ID. Defined index student ID.
ఇందాక డివ్లో ఇచ్చింది స్టూడెంట్ ఐడి కూడా క్లాస్లో కదా, సెలెక్ట్లో కదా ఇవ్వాల్సింది.
ఇక్కడ
అక్కడ నేమ్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు స్టూడెంట్ ఐడి అని డివ్లో ఇచ్చింది అది.
got the value 8. So I am truncating this table because we are displayed some value student ID as zeros. So in this place the name will not display. So I am table is empty now. So I am selecting 9 to be adding 2. Okay. And 4. Okay. So now the V class students. So in the V classes, same. So we need to select star from student classes. Student. I am displaying student name. Class name. Created user. Edit to delete to. So I'm displaying first IDs, so then name. Okay, and then ID. So first one is serial number and class ID. Yeah, ID. So no need of this ID. Okay. Student classes. So in the left links, it will be here we need to give team class students. So here this error because we are not given table name. We already given.
Table name class students.
we need to display the names of this student ID having 4 and class ID having 3 and created username. So for that we need to join the tables. So you can, in this table, select a star from class students. I am going to do left channel. Before that, SQL joins. So we have SQL joins, that is inner join, left join, right join, full join and self join. So you can see the difference. So we will get in the intersection, we will get common elements in the both the tables, and left join we will get the complete data of the first table which is having in the second table, and similarly right join and full join. So in this case I am going to join, we have to join 2 tables, 3 tables. The one is class students as well as classes and students. So select a star from class students. I am taking left join. Left join. Sorry. So first I am going to join classes. Left join classes on. So which IDs are I am going to join? So that is classes dot ID. So in the classes table we are using ID and equal to. So in this table class students dot class ID. So this is one table I joined. Next, students. Left to join students on students dot ID. So in the students table ID here, that is student ID. In the class students dot student ID. So if we execute this query, so we are getting all the records from this class students table, that is up to here. Create student ID, class ID, student ID, as well as next is classes table. So in the classes table, class ID, class name, section name, these 3, and in the student table ID, name, age, email, username, password, and as well as image. So we need to get only the particular table ID and class section name, class name, section name, and student name. So to do that, here instead of select a star from, so you can take, so first I am taking student name, so you can write students dot. So in the student table we have name as name, so you can take name separated by comma, and in the classes table classes dot class name and classes dot section name. Okay, so if you run this client, we will get only these three elements, and I'm going to take ID of this table because we need to edit class students dot ID. So here is, so ID, the name of the student, and class section name. So here the name you can give directly as name, only name, and here class name you can give directly as class name, and section name you can give section name. So if you go, you will get the same result, because in these three tables we don't have common. This class name and section name are not common. Suppose if I give this ID directly, so we have ID in classes table and students table and in this table. So if you run this query, so column ID field is ambiguous, that means it is not unable to find which ID we need to take. So for that we need to mention classes student dot ID. So you can take again classes dot ID. So it will execute as ID and ID. So but if you going to display these values, so it will display only first ID or second ID. So it is a problem. So to avoid that, we need to give in the class students table class students dot ID, you can take as some CSID, and if you want to take classes dot ID, as you can take class ID. So then you can display by using this class ID and CSID by using this name. Okay, so here we don't need all these things, we need only ID, that I am taking this ID. Okay, so I am going to copy this and go to let's see. Yeah, student name has name, first name, and leave this one. Let's see. So we are not taking created user ID yet. So can also display this created username, but we are connecting students from the same table as well as created user ID from the same table, so we cannot do that. So better we can put session directly name. So it is a solution. So while saving, add student class student save. Here I am saving this user ID. Instead of that I am going to save user. Okay, the user is saving in the created user ID field.
భరత్ ఇంకో జాయిన్ రాసుకోవచ్చు కదా. ఐడి స్టోర్ చేయడం కరెక్టే.
ఓకే,
జస్ట్ ఇంకో జాయిన్ పెట్టుకొని నేమ్ డిస్ప్లే చేయడం అంతే కదా. స్టూడెంట్స్ టేబుల్నే ఇంకోసారి జాయిన్ చేసి
అలా ఇప్పుడు ఆల్రెడీ మనం స్టూడెంట్ టేబుల్ని జాయిన్ చేసాం.
స్టూడెంట్ టేబుల్ ఇంకోసారి జాయిన్ చేయొచ్చు, ఇంకో ఎలియాస్ పెట్టుకో.
ఓకే, లెట్స్ సీ.
స్టూడెంట్కి అలియాస్ పెట్టుకోవచ్చు కదా.
జాయిన్ students డైరెక్ట్లీ స్టూడెంట్స్
స్టూడెంట్స్ తీసుకో. నాకు సింటాక్స్ ఎలా రాయాలి, నాకు ఒరకిల్లో రాయడం వచ్చు. ఒరకిల్లో ఒకే టేబుల్ ఎన్నిసార్లు రాసుకోవచ్చు.
ఓకే,
దీనికి ఎలియాసింగ్ ఇవ్వ ఒకటి.
ఓకే, స్టూడెంట్స్
ఈ టేబుల్లో స్టూడెంట్ ఐడిని క్రియేటెడ్ యూజర్ ఐడితో జాయిన్ చేయాలి.
స్టూడెంట్స్
క్లాస్ స్టూడెంట్స్ డాట్ క్రియేటెడ్ యూజర్. అక్కడ ఎస్టీ అనేది స్టూడెంట్స్ పక్కన ఇవ్వాలేమో కదా.
టేబుల్ alias స్టూడెంట్స్,
అదే స్టూడెంట్స్ పక్కన ఇవ్వు. లెఫ్ట్ జాయిన్ స్టూడెంట్స్ అని ఇచ్చావు కదా, దాని పక్కన స్పేస్ ఇచ్చి ఎస్టీ ఇవ్వు.
ఓకే, అట్లా స్టూడెంట్స్
ఎస్టీ ఇవ్వండి.
The column name in the field is ambiguous.
అది క్రియేటెడ్ యూజర్ ఐడి, అదే అంబిగియస్ ఉంది.
That is
స్టూడెంట్స్ డాట్ నేమ్, ఇంకోటి వచ్చి ఎస్టీ డాట్ నేమ్. స్టూడెంట్ ఐడి user. So user. Got it. Okay. So if you're going to add class student, so I'm selecting the class and the student to we already added, I think. Here wrong. So again I am going to add for the same class, same user, and this time we are saving the user and that is a problem. So in the yes, so only ID. So we are just now we inserted a record, so here we given as user, that means it is saving directly username, but in the here we given the created user ID as integer, so it takes the value as 0. Here we can see, so here it takes the value as 0. So now I am inserting statically, and if I refresh, so if I am going to insert another record, can we get the same? So because we need to log out.
దాకా మార్చిన తర్వాత సేవ్ చేసినట్లేదు కదా, అది యూజర్ ఐడికి సేవ్ అయింది. అది
we are getting ID, but we are not giving ID when authenticating. What was the problem? ID. So we are taking ID and we are storing in the user ID as session. So when we are saving the class student, we have to take as user ID. Okay. So we are giving user ID as a session. So this we need to take a session.
ఫార్వర్డ్ చేసి చేయాలైతే మళ్ళీ
So here we are adding class and we are adding students. So if the student already exists in this, so we have RAM 1090p and RAM 90, we added 2 times, so we need to add only 1 time because each student have only 1 class at a time. So for that we can do that by using, after sending to the database, after sending to the save.php, there we can check whether the user already exists or not. So instead of that, we are not supposed to display already having class student. So here add student class, we are getting the records from the students. So we need to get the students that who are not in the class students, already they have classes, so remaining students we need to get. So we need to write a query. So you can write anywhere, whether in the students or classes. You can edit. Select to star from. We need to get the students. Students where ID, where ID not in. Here I am selecting I am selecting student ID from class students. Okay, so we are selecting the records from the students table where the ID of the student not in the class students, because if we already added class to the student, so except that students we need to get the remaining students. So I am going to run this. So we got how many records total? Records. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we got the records. So by this query we got the records from as we required. So I am going to take this query. Done by students not ID. Okay, so now we will get the students who are not in the class students table. Here we can see. Suppose first I am removing students. Okay. So the table is empty. So first I am going to take 9 and sorry, I am going to add the student ID 1. So when I am going to add again, so here the student ID 1 is not displaying. So this is the exactly what we require.
we not write this query, so we need to do backend validation. That means when supposed to send this class ID and this student ID, so there we need to check from the table whether this student ID is available in the table or not. Then we need to resend the error to this page. So this is easy than that. Okay, next edit. So in the edit, so we need to edit the student ID and class ID. So in the place of student we need to add another student. So this class ID we need to take as constant. So I will create creating new class students. So I'm taking the same. So in the view class students, we need to give here edit class student PHP. We need to send this class, that is ID. So here we are taking the ID, class name, section name, and yeah, we taking the ID class students dot ID, that is we can display as ID. Okay, this ID. So here I'm going to go ID.
భారత్ అక్కడ క్వరీలో సెలెక్ట్ స్టార్ క్లాసెస్ ఉంది కదా టేబుల్.
దానికన్నా ముందే ఐడి డిస్ప్లే చేద్దామని చూసాను. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ క్లాస్ స్టూడెంట్స్
try to
క్లాస్ స్టూడెంట్స్లో ఐడి లేదు భరత్, క్లాస్ స్టూడెంట్ ఐడి అని ఉంటుంది వేర్లో.
లేదు ఐడి ఉంది.
కాలం పేరు ఐడి అది.
ఎవ్రీ టేబుల్కి యూనిక్ ఐడి ఉంది.
ఓకే, పేరు ఐడి అని ఇచ్చావా?
ఐడి to display. So get it class. We need to display the classes as well as students. So we are fetching single row. So while authenticated, so I need to take this. So first we are taking from this from the main table class students. So first we need to take the class ID. So class ID, right. So we need to display the class name. So we need to get this class. So first I am going to display only classes, that is the selected class, that is edited class. So classes, class, let's see. So here this is also single row, so we are taking only where class ID is one row record. So in this you can display was the problem. So we are displaying here individual records. So we got one class. That means we are the selected class only displaying here. That means here you can save and section name. Section name. And the value is only ID. That means we need to save the ID of the classes. Okay, so refresh class section disable. So while editing I do want to change only the name. So if I am going to edit this class 9th B, so just I want to remove this name, I want to add another student. So for that I am going to edit. So it is selected and we need to change any other student. So we need to get all the students. So you can take students we are displaying here. It's the same row. So we got all the students. So students. So we need to get these students along with the students who are not in the class students table. That means except this Ram and this Rajesh along with their John, remaining students from the students table we need to get while editing. So here we need to get this John as well as except this Ram, Rajesh, remaining all students we need to get here, so that we can see tomorrow. Okay. Hello. Okay.
ఫైల్ కావాలి భరత్ ఈ ఫైల్స్ కూడా షేర్ చేయాలి.
Okay.